I'm about to show you the proven 5-step method that we use to add consistent patients to practices like clockwork. Watch closely because this might be the single most valuable thing you watch all year. This is your patient acquisition system, or for a lot of practices, the lack of one. Here's the 5-step system that you, your marketing person, or your agency should be implementing and monitoring. Step number 1, the ad. A picture of a spine isn't an ad, it's a postcard to nowhere. If you're still running generic back pain ads with stock photos and no story, you're the marketing. You're not marketing, you're hoping. And again, hope isn't a strategy. In step 1, I'll show you how to turn that boring post into a scroll-stopping, pain point-driven message that actually gets patients to click. This isn't just a picture of a spine, it's a message. It needs a hook that stops the scroll, a story that connects with a specific pain point, and a clear call to action. So the first and most important thing is that first sentence in your ad copy, or if you're filming a video, this is the first thing that you say in the video. The number one thing you need to do is you need to call out your audience. And there's 2 main reasons that you're going to do this. One is rather obvious. It's so the viewer knows that it's for them. But number 2 is very important because this is how the ads are working, or the algorithm for paid social content. And so platforms like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, they're not relying on targeting anymore. They are relying purely on content. So they're looking at your content, they're looking at your video and your ad copy, and that's how the targeting is done nowadays. Imagine the difference between We Help Foot Pain versus attention moms dealing with neuropathy who are tired of feeling like walking on needles. In this example, we're assuming that this is a practice that treats neuropathy. You can imagine that those moms who are dealing with neuropathy are much more likely to click on the ad that's really feeling like this was written directly to them. So you want to feel like you're talking directly to your perfect patient. So after you've addressed the hook or that opening line, you then want to address the 4 P's, and that is pain, promise, proof, and path. So starting with pain, we started to address that in that first hook example that I shared with you. You really want to describe the pain just as your patient would describe it. So you don't want to use a bunch of fancy terms and a lot of things they can't understand. You want to basically mirror and mimic the things that you're hearing inside your practice and talk about those pains in the ad. And then hitting on promise, this is where you can talk about the services or devices that you have in your practice that can truly help them with this pain. Then you want to jump into the proof. This is where you can showcase some of those case studies or testimonials from, patients that are dealing with the same thing that they're dealing with. And path is really just the call to action, but call to action doesn't start with P, so we're using path. And that's what the patient is going to click to take the next steps. What's the path to coming into seeing you or, signing up for that new patient offer? All right, we've got the framework of the ads, but now when they click the ad, we need to take them to the landing page, and that is step 2. Your logo is killing your conversions, and here's why. You're proud of your brand, but the truth is your logo isn't Nike, and it's probably the first thing they see when they don't convert. In step 2, I'll break down exactly what makes a landing page convert, especially for mobile, and the tiny tweaks that can cut your cost per lead in half overnight. The ad's only job is to get the click. The landing page's job is to convert that click into a lead. It must be congruent with the ad, load instantly, and make it incredibly simple for a potential patient to give you their information. Here are some must-haves for landing pages. Mobile first. The vast majority of your traffic is going to be from mobile. In fact, in recent studies, it's shown that over 95% of traffic is mobile. When you design mobile first, you're beating the competition who always crafts utilizing their desktop. So they're doing desktop first, and they're neglecting where the majority of their traffic is coming from. Secondly, which I hinted at, remove your logo. Unless you're Apple or Nike, no one knows your logo, and it doesn't help convert the patient. The first thing people see is called above the fold, meaning what they see before they scroll. This part of your landing page is insanely valuable. Each piece of that area should be carefully crafted, and something like your logo is taking up too much space. You might have heard of the acronym KISS, or Keep It Simple, S-word. This doesn't need to be information overload. You also don't ever want to link anything that will take them away from the page. Keep it simple, reiterate the offer and how it benefits them. The only goal is to get their contact information and go to the next step. Only create friction if necessary. So like more questions, a video first, etc. Step 3, the thank you page. They clicked, they converted, and then you lost them. Most practices and agencies waste the most valuable moment in the entire patient journey, right after someone opts in. In this step, I'll show you how we turn that thank you page into a silent closer, getting new leads to book while they're still hot. This is the most wasted space of real estate in marketing. Don't just say thanks. Immediately prompt them to grab an appointment. This is at the time they're interested, so don't ruin this moment. Make sure you embed your calendar right on that page. Continue to implement some of the same strategies we learned on the landing page with the sensitive real estate. So if you have a video before the calendar, it better be because you're solving for something like quality. Step 4, the immediate follow-up. You have 5 minutes to win the lead or you'll lose them forever. Most practices wait hours, even days to follow up. By then, the lead's gone cold, booked somewhere else, or just plain ghosted you. In this step, I'll reveal the exact automation we use to instantly follow up with every lead and why that one tweak can double your show up rate. The moment that a lead comes in, a clock starts ticking. Every minute you wait, their interest cools. An automated text and email must go out instantly to welcome them and guide them to book their appointment. Even better, a call. Even if they book an appointment, call to confirm, gather more information about their pain points, understand it, and get them excited to show up. Just because they scheduled does not mean they're going to show. Convincing them still needs to happen. Step 5, the nurture sequence. Most messages sound like they were written by robots, and the patients can tell. Nobody likes spammy automated text that scream template. They don't feel human, and they definitely do not convert. In this step, I'll show you how to build a nurture sequence that sounds like it came from you, and why that natural tone turns missed appointments into loyal patients. Look, life gets in the way. If they don't book right away, a sequence of messages, not annoying, but helpful, should follow up over the next few days to encourage that booking. We like to do a random mix of timings to make it feel more natural, to hit them at different times of the day. We don't want it to sound too robotic, sound like you're actually following up with them as you would a casual and manual follow-up. So a tip is you could probably just look at some of the messages that you're sending out as an automated message and use those in your actual automated sequence. Now, here's the proactive part that 99% of agencies miss. You don't just set it and forget it. You have to watch the numbers. Let's break down some of the metrics that you or your agency should be looking at and what those mean. The 3 basic ones you'll want to know: click-through rate, cost per lead, and booking percentage. You need to know your click-through rate. If it's low, that means your ad is not compelling enough. You also want to look at your cost per lead. If it's too high, then your landing page is not converting. And lastly, you must track your lead to booking percentage. If people aren't booking, your follow-up is broken. You don't want to find a partner that waits for you to call them when the leads dry up. They need to be looking at these numbers proactively. This is the system. You can build it yourself or you can use ours. This entire 5-step acquisition machine is the core of our automated practice program. We build it, we manage it, and we proactively optimize it for you.